Hey, it's Elle from Aussie Roots. I'm planting up some vanillas today, so I thought you might like to join me. I've got 3 of them grown from cuttings from one of the vanilla plants I've got in the garden, and these guys are really ready to go in the ground. So I've got the perfect spot for this guy, I reckon. Let's go and have a look at the spot. So vanilla comes from an orchid species called Vanilla planifolia, and it's a really interesting plant because it's the only orchid out of 25,000 species that produces an edible fruit. It originally comes from Mexico and it thrives in warm, humid conditions. So to grow your own vanilla, you need to replicate those conditions as closely as you can. In the subtropics and the tropics, they will happily grow outdoors. But if you're in a cooler climate, you might need to grow them in a greenhouse. They're a little bit fussy about the amount of light they get. Not too much sun or they'll burn, and not too much shade. About 50 to 60% shade is ideal. So this position here should suit really nicely. The vanilla will get filtered light most of the day, but the bananas and heliconia will block most of the hot, direct sun. So vanilla is a climbing plant. They can grow up to 30 meters long, so you will need something for them to climb up on. You can use a tree or a pole or anything like that. So they absolutely love humidity, ideally around 80%. They will need regular watering, especially during hot days. Aim for a really nice, fertile soil that is well draining. Mulching really helps with this. Make sure its roots don't get waterlogged because it rots fairly easily. If you give it too much sun or a soil that doesn't drain, they're the main issues I've had with growing vanilla. Other than that, they're pretty easy. The other thing is that you will need to be patient because it takes quite a while for a vanilla plant to mature, about 2 to 3 years before it starts flowering. And once the flowers are pollinated, the vanilla pods take about 8 to 9 months to mature. It takes a lot of work to grow and process vanilla, so it's one of the most expensive spices, second only to saffron. So I like to give my plants a boost after planting with power feed. It's a liquid fertilizer and a soil conditioner. What I love about it is that it's not just good for the plant, it also takes care of the soil. It's packed with nutrients, fish, and natural soil conditioners, great for encouraging strong growth and healthy roots. So I've just put a couple of caps of power feed in this 9-litre watering can, and I fill it up with water, and we're just going to water the vanilla plant with this all over and onto the soil as well. So the last thing I like to do is add mulch around the base of the plant, and mulch is a real game changer for me. It keeps your soil moisture just right, which is a really big deal for plants like vanilla that love that humid environment. By covering the soil, you're really cutting down on water loss and you're keeping the weeds at bay as well. One thing to keep in mind is that they will need hand pollination. In Australia, we don't have the pollinators that they need to set fruit. So yeah, you will need to learn how to do that. We can cover that once this little guy starts to fruit. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks so much for joining me.